All right, 20 minutes to the top of the hour here. Hundreds of Americans are waking up in sleeping bags across the country right now, all to raise awareness for youth homelessness. An estimated 4.2 million young people in the United States are living on the streets. That's why the Covenant House hosts an annual sleep out. It brings awareness, it raises funds that are critical to helping those young people. NewsNation's Caitlyn Becker slept outside in New York City last night. Caitlyn, I was just looking at the temperature, feels like 23 degrees. What was that experience like?
It was absolutely frigid, Markie. That clip that you just saw there going into this with the mittens, that was me kind of coming out of my sleeping bag when the morning crew came to wake my overnight photographer and I up. It was bitter, brutal cold last night. The cement, I'm standing right where I was sleeping. The cement was absolutely freezing. The wind was howling. Now, we were lucky to have cover because it was raining, but this was kind of like a wind tunnel. So we're sleeping in these sleeping bags here that the Covenant House so graciously provided us on top of trash bags so that the water from the ground didn't soak up. But other people were here not far from us on these cardboard boxes here in order to just give them a little bit of a barrier from the street there. And this whole area that you're seeing behind me was just full of people. I don't know if you can see my legs here. I'm actually still literally in my pajamas because I woke up and came right here. And what's remarkable about this, Markie, is that as cold as it was, as tiring it was, as those moments where we wanted to just get up and go home, you realize that 4.2 million youths across the country don't have a choice. They don't get to skip it if it's cold. They don't get to go inside if it is raining. And that is why Covenant House puts on this event. Take a look.
For us and others, it was one night.
This is something that I've never had to do.
But for so many kids across the country, it's a seemingly never-ending crisis. And with nearly 4,000 youth sleeping on the streets here in New York City on any given night, the sleep out is a reminder of the urgency of this issue.
This is like the least that we can do to help to bring awareness to such an important cause.
It's just something that would really build my compassion and empathy.
Every day at Covenant House, they open their doors to thousands of young people who faced homelessness, trafficking, or unimaginable risk. But tonight is special.
Why do you think it is so impactful for people to get together, of course, raise the money, but also try and walk a mile in the shoes of homeless youth for just a night even?
For us to be able to do the work, it raises awareness for the work that we do, really just to help people understand that this is an issue, this is a sad issue that we are dealing with in society, and to help people understand the magnitude of what we're dealing with.
Here in New York City and across the nation, people are stepping out of their comfort zones literally to sleep out under the stars and the lights and the traffic, and at least hear the bitter, bitter cold. It's more than a fundraiser. It's a sign of solidarity.
I am doing this for one night, but tomorrow I'll go home, I'll give my husband a hug, I'll call my siblings, and I'll go on with my life. There are too many young people out there who don't have a home to go to.
Markie, the overwhelming message here is that there are ways to eradicate youth homelessness if we just put the resources where they should be. And across the country last year, this event raised something like $10 million. Here in New York City, just this particular one today raised $1.8 million. And people were doing this in cities coast to coast. It is an incredible, incredible cause. And I'm so grateful that we at NewsNation and Next Hour were able to be a part of it.
Yeah, and then you think about they slept outside and then they got to go to school or they got to go to work and they don't get a warm, comfy bed to go home to. It breaks your heart. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.